Is there a kind of cyborg, a kind of usage of body, of material, of organisms that does not happen in the horizon of domination and of to know what will be the outcome, or to have a kind of strategic approach to say, I want this to be faster, better, sexier, profitable, whatever, but kind of ways to tinker, to play, to use your own body maybe, or that of others or with others, but that is more in the horizon of not knowing what will happen.
All human collectives have shaped their bodies and their environments as profoundly as they have given form to their social structures. This is not new. So we need to think differently about what is new.
Decolonizing work is never over, but it is a matter of survival.
I guess what we see emerging is the collapse of the border between us and our technology.
If you think that it's so trivial to create a virus that irreversibly alters human DNA to produce more oxytocin in 1 month, what else could you do?
And the argument is that their life, so Zoe and not bios only, is staged here in new experience at the borders of art and technology.
It's not so much about, fighting anthropocentrism, getting over this separation, but I came to the realization that in the eyes of the algorithm, in the eyes of biotechnology, we are all the plants.
The very urgent question becomes, does everyone and everything sense? And if you say yes, then in which ways? Do they differ or they don't differ at all?
And for us, we question that what can't be represented or what should not be represented. And that it's in the context of this symposium for us also the synthetic biology. So the creation of life on the molecular level or on a nanoscale level, but how to deal with that.
I really find the festival fascinating in its attitude, and it overlaps a lot with the practices that we're discussing not only in this panel, but have been very prominently coming into place a little bit worldwide when decentering the plane of anthropocentrism.